Hey, everybody, I'm going to do another joke today. This one might be a little long because we're like a movie review, but we're going to call it a joke alternative math. So, this is a movie joke, and it starts off with a kid coming into his classroom and he shows his teacher they got an F on math. This is on Monday. And she said, "Well, Danny, it looks like you're having some trouble addition, so but don't get upset because, we all make mistakes. And you're here to learn." And he goes, So she said, "Well, look at this answer. You put is 2 plus 2. You answer 22, but when we do addition, we don't just put the numbers next to each other." He goes, "That's stupid." "Well, look at it this way. If I have 2 markers in this hand, and then I add the 2 markers from this hand, how many markers do I have?" 22. This kid's stupid, to be honest. And she goes, "No, Danny, it's 4. And he knocks these markers off the counter and walks off. I've had my fair share of bad students and bad teachers, and this woman is super nice. So on Tuesday, the parents come in and say, "Well, don't worry. It's okay for kids to get frustrated when they're struggling with subject." So what is this about? Danny gave some answers wrong to so-called test of yours? We had a test. One of the answers was 2 plus 2. Danny answered 22. And that's not the right answer, says who? Says Matt. "Are you calling my son stupid?" No, of course not." And then says, "No, she's right." And so who say your answer is right and his is wrong? And then Mark says, No, she's right. Thank you. Right out of Nazi Germany. You can't honestly tell me you don't know what 2 plus 2 is. So all you gotta figure out, don't you? Smart ass little term. She goes, he goes, what, you some kind of retard? And said, "I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to continue this conversation." They said, "We're gonna complain to the principal about you." "Yeah, Daddy's a free thinker." She goes, "I'll have your job." And she said, "Not if you can't add 2 and 2 year old." And she slaps the teacher. So principal comes in and goes, "On Wednesday, Miss Wells." "Oh, hi, principal. I understand you had issue with one of the parents of our students the other day. It did get a little crazy and said, when things get out of hand, I really let me know about it." I said, "Sure, how do you want to handle it?" "Well, I suppose you apologize." His mom hit me. It's not our job to tell our students when they're right and wrong." So that's exactly what our job is. They says, "Look," he says, "we don't need you ramming your biased views down our kids' throats." And said, "That's not biased. That's how math works." He said, "No, it doesn't work. Your attitude. But maybe I can explain this in math terms so you can understand it. If you took all the kids in this classroom and divided them by 0, that's exactly the amount of respect you're giving them." You take So let's say there's 20 kids in the classroom. 20 is the amount of respect? Because she said, "You can't divide them by 0 and get 0. So now I'm stupid. Some administrator doing parent work while your superstar teachers change the world." So on Thursday, y'all, students count, teachers divide, protesting. So she goes to the school board and people are like, "Oh, well, you apologize to parents. Why even start teaching if you hate children?" So the school board is there, mayor, superintendent, the principal, and 2 people. And the superintendent said, "Please have a seat, Miss Wells. Thank you. I think this will all wait if we just blow over a week, or this will all blow over just wait a week or so. I'm afraid we can't do that." "Why not?" "They're suing." And she goes, "For what?" "Emotional distress to a minor." The mayor says, "Miss Wells, can you please tell the members of the board when you became aware of this fiasco events leading up to the riot?" And said, "I just told the student that 2 plus 2 equals 4. We need you to recant that." And she goes, "What?" "Just say you're open to possibility there might be multiple correct answers." "But that's not true. There is only one correct answer." They said, "And for your sake, I certainly hope you have that one answer when the media gets me this." "I do. It's 4. And then said, "This is so stupid." "Stupid. That's why anyone disagrees with you is stupid. I have my own answer. This school minus you equals tomorrow." And said, "You're firing me?" "Suspending while you reconsider your extremist views." And Mary goes, "You brought this on yourself." So on Friday, she's packing up and she's watching TV. Y'all remember, for those of you who remember Richard Nixon Watergate, in what's being called Macgate, an Activist elementary school teacher abused her students' First Amendment rights? And they go that, this liberal elitist tells this little innocent first grader that his answer isn't acceptable, only hers. And from what I hear, she can keep these students over a year. After that, they all leave her and go to another teacher. And she goes, it's called graduating. They're like, oh, that it's gone healthy to in the company. Some people say 2 plus 2 equals 4. Others say it's 22. And she goes, no, they don't. So the principal calls her and says, Miss Wells, the board has decided for everyone's benefits that they need to let her go. And said, everyone, what about the kids? We need you to come back to school tomorrow. We don't want you radicalizing our students anymore. So, Saturday, she comes to the school. And the entire news group there. He goes, Mrs. Wells, thank you for coming. I'm so sorry it just ended this way. If you've been willing to be more open-minded. About Matt? What about academic integrity? You were warned, given explanation, and still persisted. But we will fulfill our financial obligations. So that's $2,000 for your last period and $2,000 for this pay period, which is $4,000. I'm confused. 4,000. I thought 2 plus 2 equals 4. So if that is, 2 plus 2 equals 22. So if that's correct, 2 plus 2 equals 22. So she goes, wrong. It's 22,000. And that just ends right there. But that's it. If you want to see another joke, let me know. I know this was kind of a longer joke than you expect, but it's still a joke nonetheless. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.